Wow, it looks a lot brighter than it actually is. But as you can see here, we've got the Allegro over here. It's getting a little late. It's a little after 5:30 now, and getting stuff ready. It's near the end of the weekend. Got all our garbage ready to go. We've got our mower here. We fixed up, and we've got, as you can see, another toy, our purpose snowplow for the parking area. You can see here, and down the driveway, and down the driveway, and down the driveway, and all the way out to the sidewalk and more. So, you know, we're going to use this instead of a plow truck because it's a little hard to get in here and maneuver. And so, yeah, so I've been cleaning this up. Runs pretty good. And it's a little TLC, but redid the blade here. Did some of our Transtar chip guard along with some anti-rust primer, but cleaned her up pretty good for the winter. So that should be pretty interesting to use. Keep everything clean and ready to go. And deciding where I'm going to park this. I'm still debating parking it right in front of the office instead of out in the gravel area. But who knows? Let's see how that works out. With this, it's a little more, I don't have to worry about a truck trying to get in here. And I can back it up enough so we can get in and out with the vehicles. But at least with this, we'll be able to maneuver around it and not worry about a plow truck hitting her in the winter. So anyways, so I'll let you know that. And hope you had a good weekend. And going into the next week as we head towards the end of October, towards Halloween. Should be interesting. But in any case, have a good evening. Take care. Another beautiful Saturday afternoon out here at the homestead. And as you can see here today, I'm doing a little project here. I've had this Thrush muffler for the longest time. And it's pretty beat up. It got crushed a couple times, as you can see here, because I didn't have the air shocks. And you can see now she's up off the ground a lot better than she was. But you know, it cracked here a little bit on the seam. You can see up here there's a little bit of that there, and it just in general just wasn't in the greatest of shape. So I decided to get under there and put this one on. I probably have the original Onan floating around somewhere, but I wound up with a bigger exhaust pipe. You can see there I put in to take the exhaust out way back in the day when I fixed the header. And so I'm going to install this on. I got to put a new strap on it because the old strap won't fit in the location I've got it. I probably could drill another hole and move it over to get a little bit better holding power. But what I may do is I may strap it to the back of the bumper here, drill into the back a little bit and tap it, and put the strap hanger on that one. So I've got a sleeve connector. Had one, but I cut this one off for something else, probably for the VW, and it wasn't long enough to fit over the end of the pipe in the new muffler. So, and you know, I got some 14 millimeter or 9/16 nuts I had to undo there for the hanger. That one's really corroded, but I bent this thing over in order to get kind of a hanger in this location, but I'm going to probably have to redo that a little bit and clean up the bay a little. It's a little greasy over all the years, and clean that up a little bit. And yeah, probably do an oil change on the Onan too while I'm at it. And in the meantime, so I'm going to get going on this and fix this baby up and start her up and see if I can eliminate some of that rattling noise, which was basically that muffler shaking around because it wasn't really, the bracket wasn't even connected anymore. So anyways, more later. I had a little pulled pork for lunch here, a little quick thing, but I wanted to show you the progress here. I got a pile of mess over here, got a pile of mess over here, and yeah. Oh, well, look at that son of a gun. Huh. Gonna have to put that somewhere else. I don't think it's a good place to store any of that, just to be honest with you. So I'm going to have to find a safer location. Be right back as I stow this away in the hillbilly fridge. And then there was none. Shoo, gone. Anyways, so I want to give you some progress here. I bought some of this. Yeah, there's the old muffler, obviously. Some of this high temp header wrap. It's like 50 feet. It was about $50, about $1 a foot, so it wasn't cheap. But you know what? If it's high temp and it does the job, that's great. There's this little tool that you buy to tighten up the. It's got a little slot in it for those stainless steel little clamps here, which of course they never give you enough of, like I mentioned before. So there's that. Got those on there. They never look as pretty as they show on the picture either, by the way. But in any case, it's probably installer error. But I have, as you can see here, I've put, this isn't so pretty, I'll probably take a torch to that and get those melted over. But I have wrapped it, the front and the back. The hardest thing was getting around this, the end here. What I also noticed is, you can see I wrapped it all the way down, see, to about where the muffler is. I wanted to I got to get another clamp for in there, because I'm trying to like reduce the vibration a little bit, and you know, the temperature inside here and the noise. But one thing I did notice, I'm going to crawl under here real quick. Well, maybe not so quick. Oof. But underneath here, there's this grill, and the grill rattles. Right? So obviously when this thing's running, this is going like bouncing around, but there's a little clip here. There's one back over up here. I'm sure there's one on the other side I can't see right now. So what I'm going to do, they're going to make some kind of grommet or something that can either hold this in place and keep it from vibrating, or a spacer that it'll wedge into it and stop it from running around. I have an idea. I think I might try using sections of fuel hose and cut pieces of them like a grommet and a slot through them. So I'll have like a short section of, you know, a piece like that. And I'll cut a slot so I can fit it over some of those slots in the grill and use that as sort of like a wedge, a rubber, like these guys here, right? Basically like that, except around that little grate, and so it won't get sucked into the generator, but it'll stop that vibration, because I'm betting a lot of that noise is just that grate rattling around too. Well, the exhaust certainly doesn't help. So yeah, I'm going to take like a piece like this here, cut a slot in it, and see if that's got enough diameter to kind of fit over it. I got enough of this stuff laying around, so I'm going to do that and fit it down there and see what happens. We'll do a little startup. Okay, put some light on here. You can see the guts of the generator. Ugh, just a lot of this oil. I gotta a little bit clean this up. But you can see I put the slots, even wedged one in here. This one's not doing a whole lot, unfortunately. It's just kind of flopping around. But this one's pretty snug. This one's really snug, and it's going to hopefully keep it from rattling. So, yeah, and they're in there snug. I got a slot cut in this one too to kind of keep it from slipping back the other way. It'll keep a grip on these little tines here. And then this here is wedged in enough, it's not going to go anywhere. So you can see that's where the slot is there. So yeah, so that's what I got here to hopefully keep this thing from rattling when I start up the gen set. See what happens. Well, it's late and it's a little rainy out here. Oof. Oh, those raindrops look a little white. I hope that's not what I think it is. Okay, well, it's still staying rain. So here we go. Here's the gen set. And, you know, again, I've got it's a manual choke, unfortunately, so I got to hit the flap down, and then I got to crank her up, and hopefully she'll start up okay. There you go. Wow. that. It's not so loud, but so yeah. So I've got a good situation going here. Got some upgrades there. So it's, a little unconventional, but at least it gets the exhaust out from underneath the RV, which is what's critical, and everything's sealed up. So she's definitely, it sounds like she's running a little smoother and quieter, especially up in the engine compartment, which is kind of nice. But yeah, so there she is, doing pretty well, and pretty happy with the wrap there. I definitely trying to get that all sealed up there, and definitely it's much cooler in here than it was. It used to get really hot in this compartment. Now it's not so much, and maybe it'll help things a little bit with the operation of the gen set. Who knows? At least some of those leaks I had there are going to go away with the I put 2 layers back there, as I mentioned. So yeah, pretty good. Come over here. You can hear it coming out. I might change where that tailpipe comes out. I might make it so it goes down a little bit towards the ground instead of straight out. But yeah, it's raining a little bit. It's all right. Sunday night, heading into Monday, and yeah. So little projects here and there. I've got some the defrost vents in the front of the RV I need to clean up and reinstall. Suck all the, who knows, the rodent crap out of the literally out of the little flex ducts that are under the dashboard. And there's other things I need to take care of inside the RV as well. So again, thanks for watching, folks. I appreciate it, and looking forward to seeing folks on the road here. And again, thanks for watching. If any of this stuff kind of helps folks out, kind of venture out and work on your RV a little bit more. Again, I started out with not a whole lot of knowledge. Probably don't have much more at this point, but I learn with every mistake that I make, and go from there. So good night all, and happy, safe, and healthy RVing.